I've always enjoyed using my Nothing Ear 1. Quite a while, they were my only in-ears. I recommended them to all of my friends and you guys, of course. Now they are the Nothing Ear 2 and they fix a lot of the weak points of the predecessor, but is that enough?
The design of the Nothing Ear 2 is almost identical to the predecessor. I don't think that anyone can just walk by and identify them as the new ones.
Are these the Ear 2s? I can tell because the case is 5mm smaller, way edgier, and I also think it's more scratch resistant, or?
In my 2 weeks with the headphones, I throw them into every pocket and till now they look relatively fine. Better than the predecessor, but they are not immune. You have to be aware that clear materials age visibly, and for me personally that's not a problem. I even like the patina. The design has changed a bit apart from the more compact dimensions.
The case now has a three-dimensional design. It means that the inside sticks out of the outside a little bit. It looks funky and I kinda like it.
No advantages over the old one, because there's still that pleasant dimple on the top of the case. I can definitely look at this case for minutes at a time without getting bored. It has something hypnotizing about it, how it reflects the light, but it is kind of large for an in-ear case. And also, whenever I see the Ear 1 in someone's ear, I notice how cool they look.
The good news is the Ear 2 look exactly the same. The bad news is the Ear 2 look exactly the same, so no one will realize that you have the new ones.
Unless you film them up close like I do with the macro lens. I think that's one of the maybe the coolest in-ear design, and it's comfortable too. With 4.5 grams, pleasantly light, and even after hours of music listening, they are not uncomfortable for me. They are protected against water and sweat with IP54. The dynamic drivers are unchanged in size with 11.6 millimeters, but they have a much stronger magnet and more space inside of the headphone for sound development, and that makes an audible difference. They are more precise and they are clear and accurate.
Audiophiles do like this, but regular music listeners, they often prefer a little warmer, a little bit fuller music experience, and therefore the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 might be better in that way because they sound a little bit more fun.
Metallic does not mean that the low end is lacking. It sounds nicely pronounced. You can now have your ear measured and the headphones create a profile based on your weaknesses, which makes the music sound more lively. The equalizer is also a bit more extensive than with the launch of the Ear 1, and you can connect up to 2 devices with multi-point audio and the headphone switches automatically. And now there is support for LHDC 5.0, and that is high-res audio with up to 1 megabyte per second. That's the highest level pretty much. In addition, Google Spatial Audio is now supported if the song supports it, and it can really make a difference. The sound is way more open and spatial. The active noise cancelling is supposed to be able to suppress a maximum of 40 decibel according to Nothing. These manufacturer specifications are always a bit confusing, but I can tell you they are above average, but they are not a new record in any way. They are not the level of the Link Buds S, but compared to the current Samsung, OnePlus or LG Buds, they stack up fine. In the gym, I unfortunately still could hear the weights and snippets of people's conversations. The transparency mode is solid. You can have the headphones in and have a normal conversation. Everything feels about 20% quieter than without headphones.
What you hear right now are the Ear 2's microphones, and I think they sound alright, a little bit too tinny and metallic, but that's often the case with in-ear headphones. None of them sound awesome. So I think it's alright, and with wind noises, they do recognize them, and at the beginning you can hear them, but then they start to remove them and the active noise cancelling gets a little bit worse.
You now control the Ear 2 no longer with touch, but you pinch the bar with your 2 fingers. The advantage is that you cannot accidentally activate anything, and you can push the button even with gloves on. Pressing once starts the music. Pressing twice jumps to the next song, 3 times, 1 back. Press and then press and hold is to increase and decrease the volume. It sounds awkward at first, but I actually found it not so bad in everyday use. It's often even faster than multiple swipes. If you just press and hold, the transparency mode is activated, accompanied by a breathing sound. In general, the sound design is somewhat crazy and it takes some time to get used to, but I think it's kind of cool. The official battery life is now 36 hours, that's 2 hours more than before. However, this is with deactivated active noise cancelling. When it's activated, it's only 22 hours and in the ear only 4 hours. That's indeed below average. The competition is more like 7 hours nowadays. At least they charge very quick and they do support wireless charging.
Conclusion: nothing hasn't changed the price, and that's good news for us and good news for them. But for 100 euros, like last year, I would have recommended the hell out of them. They would have been an awesome deal. But at 150, it's a tougher pitch. There are the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 and the Sony LinkBuds S, and both of them are awesome and have better noise cancelling and sound also great. I think what's going for the Ear 2 is their design and, if you like it, the cooler sound. I do think they're still quite a good product and you do nothing wrong with them. That's it from me. See you on the next one. Bye.